Right then, hello, good evening, welcome. Um, yeah, hello, good evening, and welcome. My name is Paul. I'm also called Knack. I'm the brains behind Knack's Old Peculiar, possibly one of the world's most obscure blogs. And I'm also the guy behind what's called the Daily Teaser. It's a series of fun, hopefully fun, brain teasers. You'll see them float past on YouTube and on Blogger every morning. I've also taken interest in TV shows and films. I'll occasionally watch a film and tell you what I think about it. I also occasionally, once a week so far, I will sit down and watch a TV show and then tell you about that. Just recently, I've been watching the Showtime series Penny Dreadful City of Angels, and this is what I've thought about tonight's 9th episode. Episode 9, Sing Sing Sing, opens with a traditional summary of recent episodes, including last week's. It then shows us detectives Louis Michener and Tiago Vega, played by, respectively, Nathaniel Lane and Daniel Zavato, discussing their options in the wake of being attacked by the local Nazis. That gets Michener deciding to menace LA's senior Nazi in his lair, as it were, and daring Richard Goss, Thomas Kretschmann, that's the Nazi's name, an actor, daring the Nazi to kill him on the spot, only to find that Goss knows exactly where Michener's kids live and where his grandchildren live. That's the point that Michener decides he needs to speak to the only person he feels he can both trust and ask for help. Murdering mobster Benny Berman, played by Brad Garrett. Detective Michener wants to make sure at least one person's safe. Meanwhile, Councilman Townsend, Michael Gladys, is disappointed. His plans for his version of the LA motorway are coming to nothing, as Councilwoman Beck has him over a barrel. However, as Alex, Natalie Dormer, reminds him, he can do, or always try, the one thing he's been avoiding for years. Talking to his father, Jerome Townsend, played by the late Brian Dennehy, in what must be one of his last roles. It's a job the councilman's not relishing because, of course, father and son really haven't got on for some time. At any rate, the night the councilman has that meeting with his father, Detective Vega, in a desperate bid to try and relax, takes Sister Molly, Carrie Boucher, to the Crimson Cat on the same night that his older brother Raul, Adam Rodriguez, takes their mother Maria, Adriana Barraza, only to be joined by Tiago, Sister Molly, their brother Mateo, and their sister Josefina, Jonathan Neves and Jessica Garza, in a club full of, in an amazing performance, in a club full of dancers and under the eyes of the malevolent Rio, played by Natalie Dormer again. Tiago eventually gives his family the dressing down of a lifetime, one he thinks they need. What the Vega family don't know is that whilst this is going on, whilst they're coming to some sort of reconciliation, Detective Michener has been ordered to take Diego, Adam Rucker, to San Quentin, alongside an armed escort of the Uniform Division. Diego, the incredibly framed Diego, whilst, spoiler alert, whilst the Vega family are enjoying a measure of reconciliation and a measure of an enjoyable evening, Diego is lynched, while the shocked and completely helpless Louis Michener looks on, unable to do a thing. Now, on the written version of this piece, I put a bloody great spoiler alert at the start of it, and I'll try and do that for this video version. I love getting read, I love getting watched, but I also appreciate I've just revealed this episode's shock ending and would rather have you watch or read this, whatever version you're got access to, once you've seen the episode. It's shocking because it is a shocking ending. A lynching is. It's shocking because a lynching is, quite frankly, not a pleasant thing to see. Nor does Sing 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 pull its punches on that. You can see from Nathan Lane's face as Mitchell what is going on is possibly the most revolting thing he's ever seen. And you get the feeling Mitchell has been around the block a few times. So he's just witnessed good old-fashioned judicial murder. Can't do a thing about it, although I suspect anything he can do will come in next week's episode, in episode 10. It shows us at a time when the death of George Floyd is causing racism and police brutality and police behaviour towards minorities, at a time when this is very much in the forefront and very much in the news because of the death of George Floyd. This is a very shocking episode because, of course, we expect it to happen far, far away in another country, in evil places. This episode puts judicial killing right in front of us, puts racism right in front of us. It's Penny Dreadful City of Angels is a beautifully done city, but this is possibly its most relevant episode. It's got that themes of dealing with racism running through the series. This brings it to the front. It tells the likes of you and me, and I suspect most of us white people won't see it every day of the week. We won't. Of course we won't. Because, of course, we're not the ones on the wrong end of racism. Try and tell me white privilege doesn't exist. I will quietly disagree with you. Racism is there. Racism is real. Racism is evil. This episode reminds us of exactly that. And it's a powerful shock ending for all of that. Now, I've said that the episode is a good piece of work. It is. It is bloody fantastic. Natalie Dormer has been subdued in this episode. She's Elsa is coming to the fore, and again, there's racism. She's playing a German neo-Nazi, old Nazi character, so the racism there is implicit and very plainly portrayed. Brent Spiner, and I've got to love his performance of Data over the years. He has, effectively in this episode, set up one of his own detectives to take a fall, to be completely helpless in the face of a truly gruesome and horrific situation. If he says something, well, there's a whole world of complexities there, but Spiner's performance as a truly two-faced captain is short but nicely done. I'm also going to give a lot of credit to Adam Rodriguez, Adriana Barate, Jonathan Neves, and Jessica Garza as the Vega family. And they are beautiful to watch in this episode. You can see this is a family right on the edge. After getting shocking various bits of news, it's going all in different directions, and it's only Tiago, Daniel Zavato as Tiago, that's keeping it together and giving it a good bloody lecture. What they don't know in the midst of that reconciliation is quite simply a member of their own community has been killed and is hanging from a lamppost in their street. My admiration goes again to Nathan Lane for putting in one hell of a performance as the incredibly angry but incredibly helpless Mitchell in this episode. I've got to take my hat off to the guy. But I suspect that the horrifying climax to tonight's episode is going to get resolved in a war between all these disparate elements in next week's episode. I personally am going to be glued to that episode. I hope you'll be joining me in watching it and in letting me know what you think. Please remember the spoilers in this review. Please come back next week. I hope you care to join me. Thank you for watching.